Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Gun.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Burrow on first down. Dumps it off to Mixon. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. The Bengals sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, here's Mixon. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. That'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 1 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now a 3rd down throw, and misses the target, incomplete.
Some applause for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Oh, the return is Jones. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
their own 40-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The Burrows throw here into the hands of Boyd. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Shreds him with his stiff arm. He's still on his feet. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing now is Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
First down, here's the run with Cook. They juked him, and he's going to have the Bills first down. His good running gets him to about the 44. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Allen now looks to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Here's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Jones on the return. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
11, Thomas. 11, MT, Tate. Behind.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
You look at this defense.
They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here we go. Walk that walk, baby.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score, Bengals 7, Bills 0.
Gun.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime.
11.
Now Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score, Bengals 14, Bills 7. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On third down, Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And this returnable for Hines.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
On 2nd down, Cook. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Logan Wilson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now 2nd and 3. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Alert, alert, alert. Look out.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got the hookup with Diggs.
And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
A big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So nothing doing there. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Allen. Now he's got it. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Allen going to try and keep it.
And he is going absolutely nowhere in the wrong direction. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
Bengals drive about to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you're never going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Mixon with a first down carry. Running right through him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, Burrow.
That is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard.
On one, right?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
11, MT, take. 11,
On third and 1, Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, Pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
A final shot before half for Allen. They'll fire this deep for Hardy.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach, said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now Cook running right. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
Just under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen finding Knox there, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Here we go, here we go.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Burrow going to keep it, running right.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Burrow will throw.
Throwing the out route finding Boyd for the completion. And Boyd going to pick up a Bengals first down as he's got it up to the 28-yard line. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway.
Joe Mixon.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon.
His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They start the drive with Cook. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Allen throwing on second down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Jones on the return.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
On one, ready? Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They go play action with Burrow. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now it's Mixon running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Tre'Davious White that time, getting there for the loss.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now it's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. McPherson on for the point after.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. That is caught, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen now looks to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
191 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Here we go.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Jet sweep. Boyd with it.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
12 yards that time, and it's Cincinnati 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
Mixon up the middle.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
I'm one, ready?
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. A handoff to Mixon. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
McPherson's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Allen will try again on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on third down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Trent Sherfield, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Evans.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And they will take a knee here.
On 2.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Here we go, here we go.
And they take a knee. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they